Namaste, yogis. Welcome to this gentle supine practice. You will not need any props for this practice, just a comfortable surface like a towel, blanket, yoga mat. You can even do this practice in bed. So take your time and roll down to your back. Settle into any comfortable supine position. You can have your knees bent with your feet on the ground. You can extend your legs out. Just find some way to be symmetrical here. And begin to feel yourself softening into the ground, muscles relaxing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. When that exhale is all the way gone, we'll repeat that sigh twice more. Deep breath in. Let go. Inhale. Exhale. And resume a steady breath in and out through your nose, knowing that you can revisit that sigh anytime you need to soften or let go of something. It's up to you today whether you do this practice with eyes open or eyes closed. Of course, you may need to look at the video a couple times to see what's going on. Other than that, once you find your way into a pose, feel free to close your eyes entirely. Now let's begin with a stretch for the scalp and forehead. So I want you to take your hands and slide the heels of your hands up onto your forehead or your hairline, and allow your fingers to wrap around your scalp. Then gently slide your hands back away from the forehead until you feel a gentle stretch. And you may leave it at that, or you can squeeze your fingers onto the scalp a few times. And take another deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms down at your sides. Now take your left hand and bring the palm and the fingers onto your upper trapezius muscle. So that's the muscle between the neck and the shoulder as you're reaching towards the back. And just wrap the fingers and the palm around. And then start to release your elbow downward, like the elbow is reaching towards the chest. You can leave your hand still, or you can squeeze and release a few times. Release your left arm down to your side at about 45-degree angle, just no higher than the shoulder. Turn your palm to face the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, roll your head to the right. And notice that sensation of stretching across the shoulder and the armpit and the chest and the neck. for a different sensation, turn your palm down to the ground. And just notice what changes. If you don't like the sensation, you can go back to palm facing up. Roll your head back to center. You can keep your left arm at the side or bring it in wherever feels best. And take your right hand, wrap your fingers and your palm around that upper trapezius muscle. And have a nice steady grip, not too hard of a squeeze. Start to roll your elbow down towards your chest till you feel a nice little stretch in that neck and shoulder area. Maybe you give that right hand a few squeeze and release. Take your right hand down to your side, palm facing the sky. And roll your head a little to the left. Noticing just a nice sensation of openness across the neck, the chest, the armpit, and the shoulder. An option for a different sensation, you can turn your right palm to face the ground. And now roll your head back to center. Release both arms down at your sides. We'll start to get into the lower body now. Go ahead and walk your feet out a little bit wider than your hips. Knees are bent. And just slowly start to drop your legs from right to left. Moving your thighs like windshield wipers. Rolling the soles of your feet across the ground. And just take this time to remind you to take it easy in this practice. Never want to feel like you're straining or squeezing or overreaching to get into any kind of end range motion. These are just really subtle and pleasant movements and stretches. You can keep your legs moving or drop both of your knees to the right. Starting to feel a sensation of stretch down the outer left hip. And if you decide you want just a little more, you can move your right foot onto the outside of the left thigh and very gently weight that left thigh towards the ground. And if you have the foot crossed, right foot comes back down. Take your time to roll your knees up to center and then down to the left. Maybe you add the left foot on top of the right thigh. And now take your left foot down. Both knees roll up to center. And let's just touch the knees together. Feet come out to the sides. Switching position, now the soles of the feet come together, knees drop open. If you like an additional chest stretch, you can bring your arms into a cactus position where the elbows are bent and your palms are facing up. And now bring your knees back together. And then walk your legs apart so your feet are just about hip distant apart. Reach your right leg up into the air. You don't have to straighten the leg at all. Make this super relaxed so your leg hovers just wherever it feels the best, like wherever it feels you're not using strength or fighting gravity. And now turn your toes around in a few circles, rolling through that ankle. And switch direction. And now bring that foot to a stop. Flex the foot, turn out from your hip, and then connect your right heel to your left knee. Gently press your right knee forward for supine pigeon. And you can keep your left foot grounded, or you can start to lift the legs up close to your chest. Maybe taking a hold of the back of the thighs, or sliding both hands through center and gripping the back of the left thigh. And if you are using any kind of grip with the hands, let it be the softest grip you can maintain without letting go. Bring your left foot down. Right foot follows. Extend your left leg up into the air, remembering that it doesn't have to be at any particular angle. You can keep that knee bent as much as needed. And give your ankle a few turns, like you're drawing circles with the toes. And circle around the other way. Now flex that left foot, turn out from the hip and connect left heel towards the right knee. Very gently, let that left knee press forward. You can keep your right foot grounded or hug the knees in. Soften your grip. Come back to your breath, deep and slow. And release your right foot and your left foot back to the mat. We'll walk the heels in close to the hips, preparing for a bridge pose. And before you go into your bridge, just make sure that you keep the space at the front of your throat open by maintaining a small arch in the back of your neck. So remember, just don't press the back of your neck down. Inhale, lift your hips. Remember, it doesn't matter how high you can go in this bridge. You can go anywhere from just barely hovering off the ground to getting several inches beneath your hips and the ground. And maybe you like to take your fingers together beneath your back, stretch the knuckles towards your heels, and then rock your shoulder blades closer together. If you have the hands clasped, release the hands and slowly melt the spine and the pelvis back to the floor. Just take a moment to be soft. Extend both legs up into the air for Viparita Karani. You can always bring this to a wall if it's at all troublesome to keep the legs lifted. Moving now to a happy baby. Open the legs apart, flex your feet, and bend your knees down. You can stay just like this. You can walk your hands to the back of the thighs, your ankles, toes, or feet, just wherever you can reach easily. You feel your tailbone sinking heavy down into the ground, keeping the low back planted. Maybe you enjoy a little movement, like rocking back and forth. And always try extending one leg and then rolling the other side, reach out through the other leg. Just do any kind of movement that feels good and natural. And slowly find your way back. Release your grip, hug your knees in. Now give yourself a nice squeeze, tuck the forehead up to the knees and hold on tight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let go, and come into Savasana. Soften your whole body. Let go of anything that may be gripping or squeezing. Let go of the need to control the breath. And just allow it to flow into a natural rhythm. Slowly begin to come back. Deepen your breath. Reconnect to your senses. And gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. Reach your arms up above your head. Stretch your legs down below. Full body stretch. Then bend your knees and really slowly roll over to one side. And we're going to stay here for a little while because we've been on our backs for such a long time. You can rest on your side a little longer if you need to. You can roll back onto your back and go to sleep or take a nap if needed. Or if you're ready to come all the way up, press into your hands and make your way into a comfortable seated position. Grounding down into the hips, lengthening tall through the spine. Bring your palms to touch at heart center. You can take one more deep sigh out or join me to Om. Take a deep breath in. Namaste.